tough. You're on the chase.
On 7's Gold Coast News, a huge sigh of relief as the lockdown is lifted, but Gold Coasters must keep wearing masks. Tens of thousands of tourists now expected here, with flights back to pre-COVID levels. An arsonist suspected of sparking a fire that destroyed an Ashmore home. Former Olympian Nathan Bagley and his brother found guilty of cocaine smuggling. And roll up to the big top. The Moscow Circus is back in town.
Live from the Gold Coast, 7 News with Rod Young.
Good evening. Local tourist operators are preparing for a bumper Easter trade. The Brisbane lockdown is over, but Gold Coasters have to keep wearing masks.
As Gold Coasters held their breath, the Premier delivered the news most Queenslanders wanted to hear.
Easter is good to go.
Brisbane's 3-day lockdown lifted at midday after just one new community case linked to the PA hospital clusters.
So they have been in quarantine during their infectious period, so are no risk at all.
But others still could be, so key restrictions will stay in force, like wearing masks. All adults are required to carry one for the next 2 weeks and wear them where they can't socially distance.
Always indoors, unless you're in your own home or you're at work and you can socially distance, or of course if you're in your own car and there's no one else other than your family in the car.
At cafes and restaurants, you can take them off to eat or drink, a small compromise for bigger freedoms.
I have no problem with that at all. I think it's all for the better for everybody.
Melbourne had to do this for a long time, so I think we can do our bit too.
I'm a nurse at the Gold Coast Hospital, so yeah, we do it at work, so I think it's great.
Restrictions remain for gatherings. 30 people are allowed inside your home, 200 guests at weddings and funerals, up to 500 people in outdoor public spaces.
We're not completely cleared yet. We think we can manage it with those restrictions, but it doesn't mean the outbreak's over.
Unfortunately, for those with loved ones in hospital, aged or disability care and prisons, there'll be no visits this Easter.
Only have end-of-life visitors.
If no unlinked community cases are recorded over the next fortnight, those restrictions are likely to be lifted or eased from April 15. Carly Madsen, 7 Gold Coast News.
The Premier's announcement came as a huge relief for many city businesses. They'd been relying on Easter to help them recover from the pandemic. Arriving to a live music welcome to begin a coast holiday that nearly didn't happen.
Had this holiday cancelled at Christmas, flying from Sydney, so really pleased that we're here.
Relieved, long time coming to holiday.
Thousands of carefree tourists flew in today, with thousands more to come.
We're expecting to see around 15,000 passengers a day come through Gold Coast Airport over the Easter weekend.
Among today's arrivals, Maritas Chalice. She was going to Bluesfest before it was cancelled, but still plans to make the most of the break.
Devastated, but yeah, my girlfriend and I needed to catch up. It's been 4 years.
The airport is the busiest it's been since pre-COVID days, and set to get busier, with half-price airline tickets now up for grabs.
800,000 tickets went on sale this morning.
Accommodation providers are breathing a collective sigh of relief. One of their biggest revenue earners saved.
So Easter's generally always fully booked 12 months ahead. Been a nervous couple of days waiting.
This Coolangatta bike hire business relies almost entirely on tourists. The Premier's lifting of the lockdown, life-saving.
Around about Christmas, you'll get a Christmas card, I'm pretty sure. From me, anyway.
Bars and restaurants are braced for a boom in customers. But some traders fear they won't come.
Comparing to past years, we're normally fully booked. We've got people begging to get in, but now we've got vacancies from here and Brisbane.
At a time where every person counts.
We know at our peak we had 14.2 million visitors coming to the Gold Coast, but we saw through COVID we lost 5.5 million of those visitors.
Today the beaches were quiet. Tomorrow lifesavers will be on alert.
We're expecting, big crowds, but we are expecting a bit of a wet weekend as well.
Which could rain on the Easter parade. And Paul Burt will have more on that in his Easter forecast. And the tourists are jamming the M1 tonight. A mass exodus from the north is reported to stretch for 25 kilometres after delays caused by several crashes. Drivers are being warned to expect their trip to take an extra hour. Well, if you're driving on the coast over Easter, stick to the rules. Police patrols will be out in force after launching a holiday crackdown on offenders.
The crackdown on our roads has already begun. Police pulling over drivers on the Gold Coast Highway as they launch their Easter Blitz.
Just reminding the community of the 5 key factors that lead to the road toll.
Drink and drugs, distraction, speeding, seatbelts and fatigue. Swimmers are also on notice to take extra care.
The swell's going to increase. Come Monday, we could be looking around 3 to 4 metre swells. So please listen to the lifesavers and lifeguards.
Seafood lovers lined up early for fresh prawns.
My husband just made a U-turn, so I said, no, I'll queue up. It's worth the wait. Getting prawns for my son, so I hope he appreciates them.
Churches also prepared for mass gatherings with the confidence they can go ahead with Easter services under strict rules.
1 per 2 square metres, so most churches have that in place.
And they can be at capacity as long as everyone is seated and attendance is ticketed.
We're probably looking at about 370, 380. That's with the restricted distances. What we're hoping is that we will be able to use outside.
And the Easter Bunny has been given the all clear for Sunday's delivery. Kate Ryan, 7 Gold Coast News.
Summarising today's COVID developments now, there were 10 new cases overnight, 9 of them acquired overseas. Queensland has 82 active cases, 14 of them from 2 PA hospital clusters. The Gold Coast has 21 active cases. Nearly 80,000 people have been vaccinated in state hospitals, more than 14,000 at our university hospital. On to other news, a suspicious fire has torn through a home in Ashmore. CCTV from a neighbouring property captured someone leaving the home just before the inferno.
Just before midday, a man strolls out of this Wallabar Drive home. 2 minutes later, a police car comes screeching up to the front door as smoke suddenly begins to billow from the house and consume the entire street before flames erupt.
And we smelt smoke and heard all the sirens and stuff. So we rode over it quick and we just saw the house all smokes.
The roof, you just fell and you saw a bunch of ash and there's a bunch of black smoke come out.
It took firefighters just 15 minutes to put out the blaze.
On arrival, it was well involved and a lot of smoke issuing. We've obviously gone into action with hose lines.
Polaire circled the suburb for an hour as police ran through backyards, searching the street and interviewing witnesses. An arsonist destroyed 3 cars in the same street several weeks ago.
I'm still a bit shaken up about that, but yeah, it's a crazy neighbourhood.
The home occupants' dogs were able to escape the danger, reunited with their owner when she arrived at the scene. Police tape now surrounds the home as fire investigators and detectives work together to determine exactly how the blaze started. And who's to blame? Georgia Costi, 7 Gold Coast News.
A 30-year-old Surfers Paradise man has been arrested over the incident. Olympic kayaking medalist Nathan Bagley and his brother Drew are facing life in jail tonight. A jury's found them guilty of attempting to smuggle $200 million worth of cocaine into Australia. That full story is coming up in the news at 6. And coming up next on 7's Gold Coast News, an alleged bikie punished under controversial consorting laws, a new twist in the alleged theft of a rhinoceros from a surface bar, and the Moscow Circus back in town, where you'll find the Big Top.
In 7 News, good to go. The exodus to the Gold Coast begins. Easter gets the green light, but there are rules for wearing masks and crowds in restaurants and pubs. The last-minute rush for Easter seafood and groceries, and what's happening with church services. All you need to know in special Easter coverage on 7 News at 6.
Good Friday, the Easter Bunny's dropping in.
What do you reckon, guys?
With so many delicious ideas.
This is the perfect chocolate recipe for Easter.
Treats for the whole family.
I've got to tell you, it is amazing.
Join us for a very special Easter. Better Homes Easter Special. Good Friday on 7.
Get out.
exceedingly good cakes.
Nature's Way Beauty Collagen Tablets enhance collagen formation deep under the skin where beauty creams can't reach. Nature's Way Beauty Collagen gives your skin back its youthful bounce, glow and radiance.
Come on, Lola, week 6. Mom!
Hang on.
Bye. Kids.
Bye.
Perfect for rapidly growing families. The all-new Hyundai Palisade.
If I were you, I'd get a long loan. 40 years, maybe 50. Am I right? What do you think?
I think we can do better.
An Aussie broker can help you get the right home loan for right now. Go straight to Aussie.
With Foxtel, entertainment has never been easier. Love sport? Get the best seat in the house with live sport in 4K Ultra HD. Watch over 1,000 movies anytime. Want the world's best drama? No dramas. And enjoy everything Netflix has to offer. With an incredible sale on right now, it's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
What a weapon.
Foxtel, all in one place. Easy.
At Macca's, we believe supporting Aussie farmers is bigger than all of us. It's why we only use 100% Aussie beef and RSPCA-approved chicken. And for us, this is just the beginning.
Dynamo Professional stain experts are testing the toughest stains to develop our best performing stain removal. Dynamo Professional Oxy Plus removes stains for a superior clean. Try Dynamo Professional.
At Underworks, we're experts in socks. We test our all-day socks to the limit. We test them for comfort and make sure the cushioned sole keeps you comfy in any condition. We test them so they stay up all day and not down like some socks do. We test them so they don't leave red marks, unlike other brands. Go on, test them for yourself. All-day socks by Underworks. We're number wonder down under for socks.
An alleged Mongols bikie's been handed a suspended prison sentence for consorting. Harley Barbaro pleaded guilty to calling and texting associates on nearly 100 occasions.
An early morning raid at Harley Barbaro's Ashmore home.
Police out! Police!
He was arrested for habitual consorting, a charge used by police to disrupt potential criminal activity. In a phone call with a prisoner, prosecutors say Barbaro had arranged to meet up and discuss coded messages. His lawyer insists it was only a catch-up between friends.
No criminal activity whatsoever was discussed.
Instead, they said things like, "I miss you and you should see my upper body." In another incident, 69 text messages were exchanged with an offender over 5 days. The bail breaches were Barbaro's way of flouting the law, according to the prosecution. They said the fact that he was speaking to old school friends doesn't excuse the conduct. Barbaro was sentenced to 6 months jail, immediately suspended.
The laws need to be looked at more carefully, I think. I think it's unfair to keep best friends apart.
Campbell McCallum will now look at overturning the controversial laws.
Embarking on that particular journey, which I don't think has been challenged as yet.
Courtney Dunn, 7 Gold Coast News.
2 rare pink Argyle diamonds that Lloyd's Auctions had up for an online sale last night failed to meet their reserve of $500,000 each. The highest bids were around $400,000. Negotiations are still taking place. And it seems the rhino was let out of the bag a day early. Last night we brought you the CCTV pictures of a man apparently stealing a fiberglass statue of the signature beast at the White Rhino Bar in Surfers Paradise. The staff tricked us on the eve of April the 1st.
They came up with a prank as a bit of a light-hearted way of bringing everyone's spirits up during the troubled times of coronavirus, and we thought, hey, an April Fool's prank would be something excellent to lift everyone's spirits.
And after all the publicity, the bar and restaurant is preparing for a bumper Easter. The Moscow Circus is back in town and promising a spectacular show. That will have audiences on the edge of their seats. We have a preview coming up shortly. And Pat Welch joins us with the sport. We won't put the hex on them, but the Titans are confident of upsetting the Green Machine, Pat.
Yes, they are, Rod, and that's despite a week of COVID chaos.
Plus, our league expert, Trevor Gilmeister, assesses their chances. That's next. And Coast Stars shine as the World Surfing Tour resumes in Newcastle.
In 7 News, good to go. The exodus to the Gold Coast begins. Easter gets the green light, but there are rules for wearing masks and crowds in restaurants and pubs. The last-minute rush for Easter seafood and groceries, and what's happening with church services. All you need to know in special Easter coverage on 7 News at 6.
Your Easter weekend is about to kick off. Get ready for Seven's Easter Footy Fest.
Nice!
Tonight, Lions and Magpies in a battle to keep their seasons on track. Then, our young Suns star on Friday night. The Gold Coast take on the Crows. And Saturday night footy is a blockbuster in the West when the Eagles host the Power. All leading to the Easter Monday Classic, Cats versus Hawks. And with the AFLW finals all weekend, there's only one place to be. Seven's Easter Footy Fest. Starts tonight, live and free on 7.
Come on, darling. Up you hop.
Mum, look. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
With Bendigo Bank's new Complete Home Loan, you'll get a completely awesome rate. Complete offset on fixed and variable loans, and a home loan specialist completely dedicated to you. So talk to Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
Here at Amart Furniture, our massive Easter sale is on now, where you can save up to 50% off a huge range of stylish pieces. So, you'd better hop to it. Amart Furniture, it just makes sense.
Stratco is revealing the biggest big sale offer ever. Take home Stratco Outback and Pavilion patios and receive up to $1,000 cash back with HSBC Finance. Terms and conditions apply. So, you bring the dream, Stratco will bring the how-to.
A lot of people have sensitive teeth, but gum health is really important. The new Sensodyne Sensitivity and Gum toothpaste not only deals with sensitivity, it also maintains gum health. 2 benefits from 1 toothpaste. What a great idea.
Head to Chemist Warehouse and save on big brands like Care A2 Plus Toddler Formula 900 gram, $28.99. Blackmore's Lipronol 100 capsules, $44.99. And any Jergens skincare favourite from $3.99. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
I just can't afford new jerseys this year.
This is amazing. Number 5.
Need energy? Try Barocca Performance from Chemist Warehouse. It gives you the energy to switch on and stay on. Barocca Performance 60s pack is just $17.99. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
In 7 News, good to go. The exodus to the Gold Coast begins. Easter gets the green light, but there are rules for wearing masks and crowds in restaurants and pubs. The last-minute rush for Easter seafood and groceries, and what's happening with church services. All you need to know in special Easter coverage on 7 News at 6.
The Titans are desperately trying to stay focused after a week of COVID disruptions and distractions. They'll attempt to extend their winning streak against the classy Raiders, despite being forced to play at Sydney's Cogra Oval on Saturday evening.
It'll be a handful this weekend, but I think we're up to the task, and hopefully we can execute. And I think if we're going to win the game, it's going to come back on what we can do.
It's the first time former Titans captain Ryan James will play against his old club. Now, here's Seven's league expert Trevor Gilmeister with his insights before the Titans' biggest test so far this season.
Justin Holbrook will have this one right in the danger game category for a host of reasons. Not least, Ricky Stewart will have his Raiders fired up. They were robbed by a forward pass last week. Plus, Canberra are a quality side, a top 4 team. They'll put up a much sterner defence than the paper-thin stuff the Cowboys offered. But it's the Titans who find themselves in the top 4, and that's no fluke. They played like a team. In fact, the headliners were overshadowed. That needs to continue. I love the difference Tyrone Peachey brought to the pack. It spiced up their attack, which gave them confidence in defence. Consistency now is the key. This will be their biggest test, but the Coast are ready, just like me and my popcorn waiting for Big Tino and Big Papa.
Coast surfers have shone in the opening round of the World Tour event in Newcastle. Rookie Isabella Nichols was among those to impress.
A small but powerful swell to kick off the opening day of the Rip Curl Newcastle Cup. Benora Point's Isabella Nichols impressed, finishing on top of her heat. The only rookie on this year's tour, proving she'll be one to watch.
Rabbit, how about the rookie with the heat win?
All class from Golden Girl Steph Gilmore, finding success with her 7-point ride.
Everything coming together for the 7-time world champion.
World number 1 Tyler Wright also on the right track. Her last wave, one of the highest of the day.
Enjoyed her birthday yesterday and she'll fly into the next round.
Stradbroke Island's Ethan Ewing started his campaign on the right foot. A 6-point ride paving the 22-year-old's path towards his first World Tour victory.
This guy here represents the future.
Kingscliff's Wade Carmichael wasn't far behind.
Setting up a big bottom turn and hammering that inside section.
Conditions will determine whether the competition continues tomorrow. Savannah Burke, 7 Gold Coast News.
And Rod, good news before I go. Next week's Age Swimming Championships will go ahead at the Southport Aquatic Centre from Monday.
OK, thank you, Pat. A COVID-friendly virtual Easter egg hunt's been launched at Harbour Town. Shoppers can complete the hunt to win a prize. It's a partnership with Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary to raise awareness about our native species.
There are 5 animal decals across the centre that you can find, and you scan a QR code in order to complete the entry.
And one animal you won't miss is a fluffy bunny. Well, the Moscow Circus has a spectacular show planned for the coast. Our preview of the performances is coming up after the break.
And I'll have all the weather live from Sky Point here in the Topic Q1, also after the break.
The man she loves has gone back to his ex.
You need to tell Ari that you're pregnant.
I have never been so paralysed with indecision before. Will she tell him she's pregnant?
Are you okay?
I've been waiting for a sign from the universe, and I think I just saw it. I know what I want to do now. But what if it's too late? Home and Away, weeknights at 7 on 7.
The Good Guys Easter Doorbuster deals are on now. This LG washer only $648. Dyson B10 vacuum only $799. This HP 14-inch laptop only $349. And this GoPro only $599. Easter Doorbuster deals only at The Good Guys.
More Australian pet owners and their dogs love NexGuard Spectra. The most complete parasite protection in one tasty chew. NexGuard.
Nature's Way Beauty Collagen Tablets enhance collagen formation deep under the skin where beauty creams can't reach. Nature's Way Beauty Collagen gives your skin back its youthful bounce, glow and radiance.
Domino's Everyday Value range is now 3 times as good because it's now in 3 sizes, starting from an unbelievable $3. All your favourite value range recipes now from just $3. Domino's all new value range. Bring it in.
Natural Simmel, the easy-to-digest milk.
Check out Catch, where everyday Aussies are getting great deals on products for their home and their hair, like Reese's Wooden Spoon, Nutribullet 600-watt blender for $65, and Kerastase 250ml shampoo for $32. For anything and everything, everyday Aussies, check out Catch.
Cue the music.
James Spader, Candice Bergen and William Shatner as
Denny Crane. Denny Crane. Denny Crane. We look good, right? We look great.
Rediscover the fun of Boston Legal. Streaming for free on 7+.
Max Futcher's here with the top stories just ahead in the news at 6.
Rod, plenty to celebrate and crucial information to bring everyone tonight because we're good to go. The exodus begins to the Gold Coast as lockdown is lifted and Easter gets the green light. But there are plenty of rules and restrictions we have to be aware of involving wearing masks, crowds in restaurants, pubs and nightclubs, aged care and numbers of people in a household. Also tonight, the last-minute rush for Easter seafood and groceries. What's happening with church services, auctions and big events planned for the long weekend. All you need to know in our special Easter coverage. Plus a major shutdown of transport services this weekend because of Cross River Rail and major credit rating changes. The looming deadlines that could affect your financial future. 7 News at 6.
Thanks, Max. The Moscow Circus is back in town for the Easter holidays. It promises to keep spectators on the edge of their seats.
After a 12-month break, the Moscow Circus performers are back in their costumes, ready to warm up the crowd. They set up base in a yachtless shed during COVID.
And the performers kept fit and healthy. We were very, very lucky not to lose our acts.
Fine-tuning their tricks.
More lighting, better costumes, more practice, and we brought it back a better show than even last time.
The Big Top has rolled into the old night quarter site in Helensville, where it will stay until April 18 now the lockdown's over.
And thank you, Mrs. Palajay.
We're just so full of joy and we're very happy, to be back at the stage.
Performers promise to keep spectators on the edge of their seats, from trampolinists to jugglers and acrobats, as well as the more extreme stunts like the crowd favourite Globe of Death.
Yeah, but we just love it. We just have a great time in there.
And so will the crowds. Courtney Dunn, 7 Gold Coast News.
On to the weather, and Paul, it's a bit wet tonight.
Yes, we are. Hello, everybody, from the top of Sky Point, which is the observation deck here at the top of Q1. We had a beautiful view earlier, but it is just about a whiteout out there at the moment. A lot of showers moving through and more to come. I tell you what, if you can sort of go back about a week and a half, how much rain we had in one day. We're expecting a fair hefty fall for Easter Monday. We'll get into that shortly. Let's take a look at our Q1 weather cam from the 77th floor. What a day it was. Started out with patches of sunshine throughout the day today. Obviously, by the afternoon, the showers started to roll on through, continuing at this minute. Parkwood residents, good evening out there. It's 19 degrees, wind south-southwest at about 17 k's. Today, we had a high of 24 degrees for Tamborine Mountain, 18 to 26 for Burleigh, also for Southport, 16 to 24 for residents at Robina. Hello out there. To the charts now, you can see that large high pressure system clearing the skies for the southern majors as it makes its way into the Tasman Sea. We do have a coastal trough just around our neck of the woods. Obviously, that's going to drive some showers onto the coast as those stiff southeasterly trade winds continue to blow. We may be seeing a gale force warning issued for Easter Monday with horizontal rain. It's looking a little bit worse for wear. So tomorrow across the Gold Coast, we're going to expect for your Good Friday, plenty of seafood, 26 degrees the top, down to 19 tonight for Southport, also for Burleigh and Coolangatta, 18 to 25 for Robina, 17 to 26 for Yatala. Surfers Paradise, a shower or two, 19 degrees tonight with a high of 26. Tomorrow's going to be your best day. On the water, southeasterly winds 25 knots, seas 2 metres. Surfing, hit the points, that'll be the go. It's pretty small this morning. We'll have a bit of a look-see at it shortly. And looking ahead, here we go. Easter Sunday, it's going to be seeing some rain coming through. More so on Monday, 20 to 25 degrees. I'll tell you the totals after we take a look at the surf. Here it is. For the surface tomorrow, hit the points. That'll be your best bet. Now today, it was still a bit small. That swell not really captured around Burleigh. Southern end of the coast did see a little bit more, and also TOS, but looks as though it's more south-southeast over the next couple of days. Now this morning at Burleigh, good for the Mal guys. That was the go. Have a look at this bloke getting his youngest on his back. Nice to see, buddy. I tell you what, if you're keen to go for a dip, yeah, stay between the flags. There's a lot of rip, sweep and undertow. That swell is going to jack, particularly as we head towards Easter Sunday. More so Easter Monday. Boating conditions not the best. We've got strong winds, potential gale force by Monday. It's really going to crank and get very wet. Fishing wise, once it all settles down, get out there and have a crack. There's been some nice catches of crabs about, a few prawns in the backwaters up around the salt works, and offshore again once it settles down. Sea Probe charters getting some nice snapper and kingies. And Rodney, from Easter Sunday through to Easter Monday, including Tuesday, we could be seeing falls totalling 175 millimetres. Now, Sunshine Coast, over 200 millimetres. The majority of that falling Easter Monday into Tuesday. So very, very end of Easter break.
Yeah, it's a lot of rain. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for watching. See you again on Monday. Time for the news at 6. Have a great Easter. Good night.
Tonight in 7 News, the Easter exodus begins after lockdown is lifted. Frustration for drivers, but relief for businesses struggling to survive.
But there are new rules and restrictions, mainly targeting masks and crowds at restaurants and pubs.
A 7 News exclusive, a whistleblower claims hospital staff have been told to get the COVID jab on their own time.
Olympian Nathan Bagley and his brother Drew guilty of trying to smuggle cocaine into Australia.
The plan for church services, long weekend auctions and other big Easter events.
And the last-minute rush for seafood and groceries, now if only the weather could be kind.
Live from Brisbane, 7 News with Sharon Gadella and Max Butcher.
Good evening. The lockdown is over. From midday, Greater Brisbane residents free to leave their homes, eat out and go on Easter holidays.
The good news delivered with caution. We're not out of the woods just yet, so some restrictions will remain for another fortnight.
From lockdown into gridlock, the Easter exodus underway, thousands hitting the road, holiday bound but not so fast as traffic builds. Others pouring back in for the taste of freedom.
There you go, boys. Happy Easter. Happy Easter.
The lockdown lifting at midday for more than 2.5 million people across Greater Brisbane